Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name is Imogen and in today's video I'm sharing my student budget. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram and let's get started. I'm going to jump straight into showing you my budget spreadsheet and explaining it. So here we go. Right, so this is my budget spreadsheet. If you look down at the bottom here, you can see I've got like months going across, so I've got one sheet for every month, then I've got some yearly trends and some saving goals. But I just want to take a look at this because the first thing that you need to do is think about categories. If you look at rent, that's about a third of my budget. This is actually November and it's still relatively early in the month, so I haven't filled in most of this yet. But then I've got utilities, and I've actually paid quite a lot for utilities in like previous months, so I haven't necessarily paid very much this month and I haven't filled that in. Food likewise, transport likewise. I'm buying some tickets like home though soon, train tickets, so that'll go on there. Investing, that goes to Moneybox where I invest in index funds. It's a great app and I very much recommend it. Like, this is not sponsored or anything, I just use it. Credit building, this goes to a service called Lockbox, which I'll put a link for in the description so you can read more about it, but that basically helps me build my credit score and it's been really, really helpful this year. The one that says house, this isn't necessarily always house. This is basically the point where I just have, like, my savings goals. So at the moment, I'm saving for a house deposit, but before it was like I was saving for a car, etc, etc, etc. So that's just a sort of a blank space to put in, insert whatever savings goal I'm having at the moment. Then I've got fun, so that'll be things like, you know, going out, buying myself new flowers, new skincare. There'll be things that are sort of functional but don't fit anywhere else, like haircuts, medicine, fixing my bike. I also try to have a buffer in case, like, I spend more in one category. And if I have, like, a buffer and at the end of the month I haven't used it, then I allocate it to whatever savings goal I've got. So in this case it would be house. Now, as you can see, I've got out actual and out ideal. And that's basically the ideal one is what I want to spend in a month, and then the actual is what I'm actually spending in a month. So you can see where I'm, like, overspending and underspending, and I can then, like, analyze trends. Over here I've got, like, my income. So that's just for the month, so, like, I'm on a student budget, obviously. So I think that's all I have to say. Obviously, I think the difference between the actual and the ideal budget is a big feature of this budget plan because that just really helps me, like, monitor what's going on in my budget, and keep track. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is how to construct a yearly overview. So over here I've got all of my categories, again, and then I've got, like, months across here, and then I've got how much I spent on each thing in each month. And then also here I've got buffer allocation, so in January and February I had my buffer, and that went to my car fund. But then in March you can see that I actually had negative buffer, which means I overspent for that month. So I just knocked down, and it says next month, so I basically just knocked down my next month's budget by that amount, if that makes sense. So I haven't actually filled in November yet because, like I say, it's quite early in the month. But if I scroll across here, you can see that I've got ideal totals, how much I'd ideally spend in a year, and actual totals, how much I've actually spent this year. And as you can see, I'm under budget, so that's great. And then I've got differences, so everything in red. Actually, that one at the bottom is negative, so I need to turn it red. But if it's positive, that's good because I still have money to spend. If it's negative, that's red and that's bad. It means I've gone over budget. And then at the bottom, you can see the total amount I have left to spend according to my ideal totals. And then I've got monthly average, monthly like ideal and actual. And I've got the differences, and then over here, estimated totals, actual totals, and differences. So it seems like quite complicated, but I promise it's not. Final thing I want to talk about is this savings goals tab. So over here on the left we've got, like, the savings goal, and then down the bottom we've got the total, and then how much I've saved, and then the percent saved, and then a column called priority. I've got a little key over here so you can see, and this is, like, it's not necessarily savings goals for a particular year, it's just savings goals overall. As you can see, like, eventually I want to pay off my student loans, but, like, I'm not worried about that for now, so that's just at 0. It's just something I've marked there as, like, a reminder. Travel fund, I want to travel to a lot of countries, and that's going to cost some money, but I'm not contributing to that actively at the moment. The ones I am actively contributing to are the ones that are priority, and that's the ones marked with, like, 3 stars over here.
So far I've got, I've done my emergency fund, and my car lessons and insurance funds. They're all like full, and that's great. And then I've got a secret project that's going to be 6k. And then property, that's like a little start. That's basically me contributing to a fund for my first house deposit. So in this like percent saved column is one of my favourites, because I colour code it according to how far through that goal I am. And the only ones that are above 0 are either 100, or the one I'm focused on the moment right now is my house deposit. So that's what I'm focusing on. And obviously, like, this is quite a lot to have saved in a year, I realise that, and that wasn't all from my student loan, because obviously I also have a job, and that's really, really, really boosted my savings rate. So completely recommend getting that if you can. But yeah, this is something that I've had for a while, and like, it really helps to be able to see like what I'm saving for, because it really keeps me on track and keeps me motivated. Okay, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!